not you, so you can't do anything wrong. And just let me know what you think as you're going through.
Okay.
So when you first get to this website, what do you think it's all about?
It's about you are advertising yourself as a web developer.
Okay. And what on the home page makes you want to contact me or doesn't make you want to contact me?
Well, I like that it says affordable, customized websites. I mean, I'm not a business, right?
So well,
that's
I mean, imagine you were. You know,
Okay,
you were going to do
imagine I
your
was a
Nitpicker
business.
website.
Right.
And let's assume that you were going to
Okay.
try to promote that.
Okay, so it's still the affordable, I might want to even make that look a little more eye-catching if it could be, just because that would be important to me.
So you like the word affordable?
I do.
Yep.
I do like affordable. And as much as I like the background, I might want to make this a little bigger because I am having a very hard time seeing things. And as much as maybe I don't care what that says,
Yep.
I'm not sure right now how to make it big enough for me to see it. Because my guess is that this is an example of work you've done.
Yep.
And I'd want to see that a little bit better. So I'd want to know, can I click on that and see it bigger? And it looks like I can, so that's good. That's really, I like that.
Yep.
And then I'd like, that way and then I just go to home, so that's easy.
Yep.
And let's see. Is it okay to take time to read these things for a second?
Mm-hmm.
I'd want a comma after the word you, because I'm kind of grammatically crazy.
Okay.
I'm the one that listens to your needs and goals. Yeah, I like the clear communication. Experience in public and private sectors with dozens of clients. Yep, I'd want to see a period after the word clients. Working with your budget.
Where's the comma after you that you said?
Right,
Okay.
for you, comma, if you prefer.
Okay.
And then I'd want a period after the
Yeah.
word clients. Working with your budget and timeline. Thrifty. And I wouldn't want to see that period after timeline because these are all the same, right? These are all the same, but that's not a period.
Okay.
I'm a thrifty person at heart. Know that there are dozens. I like what you're saying here about how there are dozens of that decisions that can affect the price of your project. I like that you don't put that first because you're not putting yourself as a cheap.
Yep.
But you do recognize that. I like that you're saying you're a thrifty person because that makes me feel like you're a relatable person and that you understand.
Yep.
You give me options for saving money. I like all that. When you work with me, you'll receive an itemized estimate. That's good. And work out of my home, keeping overhead to a minimum. All that is really good.
Okay.
You'll be clear about what you're getting, and it will be on time and within budget. Yeah, that's really, really, really good. I like all that. I like all this stuff here a lot. That's all really good.
So that.
As long as, because I'm a stickler for things, and I would think like all that, so I'd want to have a little dash after that one too, take away the period, because when people are, for me, when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, I want my website to be perfect if I'm going to ask someone else to do it, so I'd want your website to look perfect too.
Sure.
So those things would bother me. I like the background, I like the colors are very pleasing to my eye.
So what words would you associate with the overall theme, like the colors and the images?
So I would say that it looks like you're, I can see that you're a person who reminds me of, the natural look of it. I don't know if this is a map, but that looked like a map to me, but now that I'm looking at it, it's a tree.
Yeah.
So, I like that it's a tree. I like the pleasing background. And so when I look at this, I think, here's a guy who's trying to make extra money. He's got experience, but he's also trying to make extra money. And so he's going to be wanting to work hard for me, but it's not going to cost me a tremendous amount of money.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
So affordable, customized websites, that you like those descriptors?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do like that. I don't know whether your clients are anything like mine, but my guess is you're not having You're not having like IBM. Those aren't going to be your people.
Right.
IBM isn't your client. So
Yeah.
I would think that this would be like a small real estate company, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I would like that.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
I like that.
So what do you want to click on?
So I've already seen that one, so I'd want to click on the other one. So I'm wanting to know, can I go back to any of them, or do I have to wait for it to come up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
I see. Next
Yeah.
3 of 5. So next, and then I can click right on it. Yep, that's really easy.
Okay.
And then if I still can't read it, I'd want to click on it again. I really have a need to want to read what you've written.
Yep.
My guess would be that I could have you write it if you wanted to, but I'd need to see how this was done, and I can't read that.
Mm-hmm.
So that would
Yeah.
that would be hard for me. Yeah, but that's not for you, it's for me, right? I have to be able to see it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
visit site, I guess. Oh, so now it's taking me to that person's site. So
Right,
that's
right.
great. So now it's taking me out to see this other person's site.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep, I like that. I like that a lot. And then I guess it's easy just to go back.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's really easy. It says visit site right there. That didn't
Yep.
take me 2 seconds. When it says contact Alex, probably takes me to that, which is great.
Mhm.
It's all right there, right in front of me, which I really like.
Okay.
Home maybe. Can go home that way. Yeah. So I like that. This is the one I wanted to see, was this Sugarbush thing.
Yep.
Yeah. I like the way that one was done. And then I can visit the site. Yeah, oh,
Okay.
that's great. I like it a lot.
All right.
I wonder, I don't know, like I'm wondering to myself, as much as I like this background, I'm
Yeah.
wondering how you like the idea of playing with different backgrounds.
Mhm.
I thought of this as a map, and I thought, that
Yeah.
was kind of worldly, and
Right.
but I don't know, like maybe that's the kind of client you're going for, and everybody finds that pleasing. But I wonder if there are people out there who that reminds them of, like when I see trees, people think tree hugger, people
Yeah,
think, Democrat, people think
Right.
all these things that
Right.
may or may not turn everybody on. And I
Yeah.
wonder, because I really like the colors that you're working with here,
Yeah.
and I wonder if maybe that there might be a background that you could play with that might be pleasing to everybody, but maybe I'm just being too picky, because I do like that background a lot.
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
like the background a lot.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay.
I like all of it, so I might want to go to bio for you. Oh, that's sweet. But see, again, like now you're telling me further what kind of person you are,
Right.
and that would work for me, but
Right.
I don't know if it would work for everybody. But maybe you don't care. Maybe you just see if you're getting lots of people and then play with it. With his wife and 2 children, he has been.
Maybe I should have a conservative version of the website.
As silly as that sounds, like if I were to see this, okay,
Yeah.
knowing me, if I were to see this and I were to
Right.
see things that reminded me of Republicans,
Yes.
I would never in a million years go with this person.
Yeah.
Not in a million years.
I feel like
And there are people who
Yeah.
wouldn't go with it if they felt the other way.
that's right.
There just are. And
Right.
I wonder if there's a way to do this so that you don't make that anybody feel like if you're totally a neutral person.
Sure.
That's what I wonder.
Yeah.
Because I do things like that. I want to know that whoever I'm giving my hard-earned money to somebody, I want to know I can work with you. I can work with you, but could I work with Mr. Republican?
Yeah,
Not so
yeah.
sure. Not so
Right,
sure.
right. Yeah.
And a lot of people do think, when they think like granola and that kind of person,
Right.
they think, oh, yeah, he's going to make my website look whatever. They
Right.
have this an idea of what that means.
Right.
Building
Okay.
websites professionally since 2000.
Maybe I'll just put an American flag on
I know that's what I know. As crazy as that sound,
there. Yeah.
he has
yeah.
enjoyed working with several talented visual designers during his freelance career. He partnered with Sarah Montgomery Dory. Designed for several. So he partnered with Sarah Montgomery Design. That's like a company.
Yes.
So I wonder if maybe that should be Sarah Montgomery Design with a capital D and underlined,
Yeah.
because it's giving me the impression that this is a person. But then when it said design, I wondered if that was grammatically
She
incorrect.
actually passed away a couple of years ago, so her site is no longer.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, but still,
So
she
I
was a
kinda
person,
think-
right?
She is, but there's nothing to link to.
And has
So it only
recently
underlined
worked
it if it was a link.
Oh, right. Well, at
So
least
I think-
capitalize D though for
Yeah, well, I think I might actually take it off.
take it out, right?
Because I think I'm going to include it on the specific projects that I worked with her on,
Yeah, exactly.
but I don't because I think you're right. It raises questions like, why aren't you working with her anymore?
Yes, it can.
Why don't you have a link to the site?
It can.
And, I don't want to go into that.
You don't, yeah.
Right.
This, trying to keep his house standing, will be weird for some people. That sounds a little that sounds a little strange to me.
Okay.
But I probably won't go that far. Like, it probably wouldn't
yeah.
bother me, and I would just think, haha, that's kind of funny.
Okay.
But it might, in taking all of this together, it
Right,
might still be
right.
kind of weird for somebody. And I always look at it like I don't want to do anything that's going to turn anybody off. If
Yeah,
I want a
yeah.
client, only if there's a ton of people out there. If there was like 50 more people that they could be contacting to do exactly the same thing,
Right,
I would
right.
just worry about that.
Sure.
I just want to read what this says about process. It involves the discussion about what your needs are. I wonder if maybe the process could be a little bit more in terms of like bullet points, because like a paragraph can sometimes be like kind of boring for somebody to read. And if this is really a process,
Right.
then a process to me should look a lot more like I do this, I do this, like an outline.
Yeah.
Like when I go to see a new therapist with our family, one of the things that bothers me is I feel like there's no like, if I'm going to be paying for somebody, I want to know that this is a person who is, we're going to do this, we're going to do this,
Yeah.
very structured, has an outline, is not going to waste my time talking about his family. I mean, I want a nice social person, but let's get down to business if I'm paying for you. So process, I might want it to look more like that.
Kim had a suggestion that I include the price range of the projects that I've worked on. Do you think that's a good idea?
I do, because if somebody is really concerned about, like, some people have no idea what the prices are for something like this, and they might be thinking, I could kind of do it on my own. My brother-in-law has a website for his company that he has, like, virtual golf, and he's been doing his own thing, and George and I both think, oh my God, you need to hire somebody, you're just such crap and you're making no money, kind of a thing. But like, I think, if I were to look on here and I were to say, this is only like $500. That's crazy. Totally spend that money. You're out of your mind. If I were to see that, that would definitely make me be more apt to contact, but very much a range, like very general numbers.
I'll
think
tell
can
you,
help.
My least expensive projects is probably like $700 or $800.
Yeah.
And then for some, I've spent like, or people have paid me like $3,500 for like a full website.
See, that seems very reasonable to me, and I don't think there's anything. None of those numbers would, as a business, scare me at all.
Right.
And it would make me feel like, if I spent like $1,000 right now, oh my God, I could totally make it up. And I would never be afraid to put your money out there.
Right.
This is how much it costs. This is how much I'm valued. I would never be afraid of that. I like that, actually, personally.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely like what you have to say here. I just think it needs to be...
Yeah, a little more bullet guides,
definitely.
outlines.
You do design, you do development, you do training and tracking, boom, boom, boom. What does that mean in short bullet points?
Right.
Not too many words. Platforms. And what is this? Platforms below. I've described the website products that I work with most frequently. Oh, I see. I see what you're doing. Okay. 10 templates and 15 custom plugins for server. I'm sure a lot of this means something that doesn't mean that much to me. Has built customized Yahoo store templates. What does that mean? Templates and all that? Is that like...
Well, for example, this site has a template. So you'll notice on every page you've got a green background, you've got a tree, you've got
that's
a
what I
logo.
figured you were going to say, yes.
And so when you work with most like website builders right now, it's like you can pick one out of 100 or 1,000 or whatever templates
and then
start.
put their information into it.
Right.
Because that's already built. You don't have to start again building it.
Well, yeah.
And it's yours.
And I think the point that I want to make is that I'll start with that because that's expedient.
Yeah.
But if you want me to go in, I can tweak that virtually anything in that.
Yeah.
And I can add customized programming to it so that, you want a special little slideshow over here, I'll put that in.
I can add that in.
You
Start with the basic.
You want to change the background image on each page, I can do that. Basically anything you can imagine I can do, kind of leveraging this very powerful platform.
So you've done 10 different custom templates. right? You've done 10 different types that they could choose from.
Well, I think I would probably do a different one for each client. Like, I might start with a basic one, but then I would customize it to meet their needs.
So why is this important that you're telling me this? Is I guess what I'm trying to understand. Like, is that telling me that I can, like, those are the 10 I have to, like, Alex has 10 to choose from, and 15, I don't know what a plugin is yet. What's a plugin?
See, I think I'm getting a little too technical here.
Like, I'm wanting to know what that means, and what does it have to do with WordPress? What does this have to do with anything?
A plugin is like a bit of custom programming that you add in. So, to give you an example, like, let's say I wanted to make like a special little table of all the clients that I had. I could write a piece of programming to generate that table.
Okay.
And every time I added a new client, it would automatically add it to that display table.
Okay, so that's a plugin.
Right.
Okay.
That would be an example.
Okay. So, but again, does this tell me anything about me as your customer?
Yeah.
What does that mean to me? Does that just say, like, what you've done? Why do I care what you've done? And does that mean anything to me? Is this giving me any information that I need to know? And if it's not, I would take it out.
Okay.
Because it's confusing to me otherwise.
Yeah.
And led the development, implementation, and training of Salesforce. Okay, now here's some more about what you've done. So why isn't this on your bio page?
Yeah.
Right? Because that looks like, again, you're talking about bio, and that just stick it on your bio page. Has built, I think you want to say is built, right?
Yeah.
Has built customized Yahoo store templates, bio page.
Right.
None of this is really meaning anything to me. This is a process page. So stick to process. And what does platforms mean?
Well, see, again, that's more of a
so I would say from here, from platforms down, that's not telling me anything. What I want to know is when I go to meet with Alex, exactly what is the first meeting going to tell me, because that way I'll know, like, first of all, do I pay for the first meeting? And if I do, how much does my first, like, are consultations free? If they're not, how much do they cost, and what do I do at that consultation? Because when it comes right down to it, if I have a small amount of money to spend on my company, I want to be able to, because a lot of people are starting these new companies and they're like, they're new at this, right? They don't really know. So I'm saying to myself, I have this $1,000. How am I going to spend this? So what is he going to give me for my money? So I really want to know, what does the consultation mean? What are we going to do? How long is it going to take? How much is it going to cost? That would be important to me, to be honest with you. And then you could go into process, could be like, once the consultation's done and we go into the actual process, then if you want to explain to them, like, you can start with a basic background or whatever. If you want to get into all that, that's fine, but you'd have to be more specific than that, because that's not telling me that. So anyway, so that's that, and let me just go to this other one. So process, we went to clients was, so these are your clients. And what does that mean, selected client list?
Well, it's not all my clients. Those are the ones I chose to.
Okay, got it. I wonder if you could choose a different word there.
Other than selected?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe featured. I don't know.
Featured, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about that word selected made me wonder if, like, so those are your best people? Are these, like, the expensive ones? Are these, like, going to be higher up than me? Like, will I not be able to get on your selected list? I don't know. There was something about that didn't mean anything.
But you think features better?
I guess. I don't know. But maybe think about that word. It just came to my mind. I do like the idea of having people sayings thing. If there's any way you can get a few more than just one. On my brother-in-law's website, there's only one person, and the very first thing I said when George and I were reading it was, oh, that's probably his best friend. Right. As opposed to, like, you've got these people, but none of them are here.
That's right.
Right? Yeah. So if you're listing them, how come I don't see somebody from them? Because that way I can say, I can go to their website, I see what it looks like, and they actually said this about him.
That's right.
That instills more confidence in me. Good. And can you put Clean Earth technology up here?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I would do that. I mean, if this is a nice thing they're saying,
Yep.
then I would get more people to say nice things about you for
Yep.
sure. I mean,
Right.
Burlington Public Schools, they should be able to say something, God
Right,
knows.
right.
Continuing ed, yeah, everybody should be able to say something nice.
Sure.
So there's that. I would make this longer, the client thing. I would probably like make that like 89 North and then something they had to say, Burlington Public Schools, something
Sure.
they has to say,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like spread it out. Client's bio and then contact is the I love talking about websites and help you set up a 30-minute free consultation to answer your questions. So I would want to see 30-minute free consultation written, maybe even on your first page. It might seem, and I don't know if it seems cheap to you or whatever, cheapens the whole idea, but
Yeah.
it didn't say that until just there, and I might not get to the contacting you if
Yeah.
I was kind of concerned about, yeah, but I don't want it to cost me a fortune. So, but a
So what do you
30-minute free
think-
consultation. Is this in person or on phone?
Probably by phone.
Okay, so you might want to say that. It's less intimidating.
Right, right.
What were you going to say?
Phone consultation.
Yeah,
If you go back to the home page,
yeah, home, yeah.
I'm thinking of taking this off of here
Okay,
and putting this on the client's page, and instead
yeah.
kind of putting that like contact me for a free 30-minute consultation kind of over here in like a floating box.
I personally really like that I can see these. I really like the way this
Really?
looks. Yeah, as soon as I hit this page, I thought the first page, it was like, cool, this is the stuff that he's done, and I can easily hit it and I can look.
That was just the opposite reaction of Kim.
Really? She didn't
Yeah.
want to see it?
She was distracted. In fact, she found it hard to. It got
I
in the way of
really,
her
I
reading.
really like it because it's letting me right away see. Mostly, what I want to see is what has this guy done. That's
Yeah.
what I really want to see.
Okay.
And if I'm seeing it right here up
Yeah.
front, but maybe go to some other people's sites and see, how it looks with or without. But that does appeal to me,
Right,
truthfully.
right.
But I do like the idea of it being someplace that you have the free consultation. But I would think it could go anywhere. It could go affordable customized website, free 30-minute phone consultation.
Okay.
Right there or
Right,
whatever would be fine for me.
Okay.
But yeah, I do actually really like it. I like you can pause it. You can go to the past one. I really like it.
Really?
Plus, it's giving me the idea that, like, this is a website designer, so I'm already able to play with things on this website.
Okay.
And I like the idea of being able to play with something on the very first page because that's telling me this guy isn't just this cheesy, like, here's this one stupid page. I can work on here. I can play with it. You
Yeah.
really want to put your best foot forward, in my
Okay.
opinion.
All right.
If you just say free consultation
Right,
on the
right,
first,
right.
it smacks too much to me of it being a little too cheap without being able to play on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I would get a couple more opinions, right? Because that's the idea. Get a couple of opinions, and
Yeah.
maybe everyone you ask will give you a different opinion.
Hmm.
In which case, that's just the life, right? Maybe do
Right,
it. Maybe
right.
maybe do one for a month, another for a month, and see how many you got hit, or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But is this out here already in the world?
Well, it is.
And do you get hits from it sometimes?
No, I mean I just did it this week.
It's great. It's really, really great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. I
Good.
really, really do. I think it's turned out really good.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stop the video.